Switch on your cameras so that we get to a lot of interactions and make yourselves beneficial out of this guest lecture. And yeah, so let's get off to Aashi here with some positivity. Over to you, Aashi.
Hi, I'm audible. Hi, Adit. Thank you so much for the kind introduction. Hi, everyone. So today we are here for the copywriting session. Let me just share my screen and so we quickly start it off. I'm sure you must be waiting for that. So without wasting any time, we can quickly start. Just give me a heads up if you can see the screen.
Yeah, all good.
So, firstly, let us understand what exactly is copywriting. So, copywriting is basically when brands write some chunks of content to compel their audience to take an action, right? So, it is different from content writing. We'll also discuss the difference. But basically, content writing, the main purpose is so that brands can compel you, they can influence you to buy something, or like whatever the conversion is, maybe download something, install something, or enroll for any course like that. Okay, so basically to take an action. So it is different from content writing. What happens is when, especially when you start into like content writing or copywriting, there is always a confusion, like how it is different, because some people actually take it synonymously. They feel that both are the same, but they both are not the same. There's a big difference. In fact, the complete skill set is different. Right? So even when clients approach you, supposedly you have started working as a copywriter and they come to for a project which is completely into articles or like a typical content writing job, and if you accept it, I'm sure like for now as a beginner you would not be able to do full justice, right? So it is very important to firstly understand what is the difference. Copywriting, like already told you, it's for compelling the audience to buy something. On the other hand, content writing, the main purpose is educational purposes, right? So it is only because you want to make your readers, your learners learn something. It is for informational purposes. So examples of content writing could be your articles, blogs, right? Ebooks, big chunks of content. Copywriting, on the other hand, is small content, maybe a few words or a couple of lines only to compel the audience, and only for influencing purposes. It is not for educational purposes, right? So this is the major difference of content writing and copywriting. Okay, So let's see what are the examples of copywriting where it is used. Ad copy, social media post, like organic post, or the digital ads you see, Facebook, Instagram ads. Titles of blogs and articles, not the entire blogs and articles because they come under content writing, but your headlines and titles will come under copywriting, right? Then your website copy, the landing page, the content which goes onto the website, the landing page that compels the audience to take an action, that comes under copywriting. Notification marketing. I'm sure you must all be fan of Zomato's notification marketing, right? Whenever we hear of notifications marketing, the first brand which comes to our mind is Zomato, right? So there are many other brands as well. They are doing a fantastic job with this, and that actually like works wonders. Banners, hoardings, that also is there, like offline banners, hoardings, that also goes under copywriting. Newspapers, magazines, there are many ads on newspapers also. So for that also you have to write copies. One of the examples I have in the presentation, I'll also show you that. Then product descriptions in Amazon, you must have seen like the product descriptions are there. So for that also clients hire copywriters, so that in less words they can tell exactly what the product is all about and the usages, everything. So so the types of copywriting. Now, in writing also, I will already told you that there are two types of writing, content and copywriting, right? But in copywriting also, there are two types, SEO copywriting and conversion copywriting. Now, what is SEO copywriting? If you know some basic SEO, you must be knowing what exactly it is all about. It's search engine optimization to rank the website higher on the search engines, right? So SEO copywriting, basically, as the name suggests, it focuses on that kind of writing which helps your website to rank higher on Google or any like search engines, right? So that anyway explains the text will go onto the website. So your landing page text, your website content will come under SEO copywriting. Conversion copywriting is only to influence the buyer, right? The other two difference would be in SEO copywriting, it is for the algo, right? They are not directly writing for the audience. They are not directly writing for you to buy. They are writing so that the algo is impressed and they can, rank their website higher. Whereas in conversion copywriting, their main focus is to compel the audience to actually buy. So conversion copywriting is anyway more informal because it is more human. They are literally talking to you and they want you to buy this product or download whatever is the conversion, whatever is the like CTA. So conversion copywriting is for humans, more informal, influencing the customers. SEO copywriting is for search engines, less informal, and a lot of keyword stuffing is there. SEO knowledge is also important. Conversion copywriting, there is no much role of SEO, but SEO copywriting, you must be aware of the keyword searching, keyword stuffing, and all that stuff. So before we jump on to how to do copywriting, there's some little psychology you must be knowing. Like it goes in marketing always. So people don't buy brand; they buy status. So supposingly people are going for brand, they're running after brands. So maybe it might be possible that they don't really like the quality of it, or they don't really like the product, but they are buying it for the logo, for that status which comes along. So the hidden benefit is that they want to maintain the status, right? So it is very important for you to understand why your buyers are buying that product. They don't buy house, they buy comfort. They don't buy cars, they buy convenience. So basically the main motive behind is that psychology plays a very important role in marketing. And for to do copywriting also, you need to understand why psychology plays an important role. Because supposing if I want to influence you, I want to convince you to buy something, I should know what exactly you're thinking, right? Why would you want this product? How, what is the pain point you are facing right now, and how my product or my service can help you, right? So they basically buy on emotion and not just logic and need. Logic and need definitely comes into role, but that emotion, how do you make them feel? What is their pain point that you can give them a benefit of, right? So that is very important for you to understand, and this will help you in designing the copy, right? So how to write a headline? Now coming to headline, let's keep it a little interactive. I would want you to add something to this. I'll take 1 point each, and you guys can like tell any example if you have in mind. Okay, so how to write a headline? First is ask a question. Supposingly you have an article or a blog, and you have to write a headline. So you can write, you can have a question in the headline. So anybody wants to give an example of how an article headline could be a question? Like what question could be there? Anybody? Come on, like a simple, yeah,
Guys, you can unmute yourself and you can answer our questions.
come on, it's a very simple thing, like just a normal headline with a question. Any question could be there. Like article could be of anything, any topic, any theme.
Hello, Aashi.
Yeah,
Apur this side.
hi Apurv.
If we are selling a course, like
Mhm.
for example, digital scholar is selling their course,
Right.
and their pitching headline would be as if you want to start your profitable digital marketing business in 4 months or 5 months,
Hmm.
it can be a headline.
Yeah, it can be a headline, but like right now we are asking a question, so it can be in a question form, interrogative form.
Hi, this is Kalyani.
Hi,
This
Kalyani.
side.
Yes, yes,
Hi,
definitely.
we can start do you know the rate of growth of digital marketing jobs
Yeah,
in
that's great.
2020? How much?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
that if you want to land in a good job, so you do this, that.
Yeah, one actual example is right in front of you how to write a headline. That is also an example of an article or a blog. This can be a headline too.
Yes.
And yeah, Kalyani, you're absolutely right. That is one of them. So next example is next point is use negative words. So negative words really work wonders when writing headlines because they attract the attention, attract the right eyeballs. For example, stop doing this, never do this, don't do this, like that. So any example for that, using these words or any other negative word in a headline? Come on, brainstorm. You can use any of these three also or any other negative word.
Hi.
Hi Rishabh.
Never buy modular kitchen before seeing these 7 points.
Yeah, that's a good point. Very well said. And I would want to read that article too. Now I'm curious to know what it is.
Yeah, because
So
I am
yeah.
working with a client, right? So I thought.
Oh, that's great. That's great then. Yeah, definitely that works. So you can see right now it works. I am actually curious to know what it is. So these things really work. Next is use odd number. So there's a different kind of magic with odd numbers in marketing. Everywhere you will see like there are odd numbers, 10 things to do. Oh, sorry, not 10, 11 things to do, 13, 7 tips, 5 tips, or like that. Even there is a book I want to know from you. There is one very famous book with 7 in it. What is that book?
7 habits of highly
Very
successful.
good. Very nice. So
Yeah, the
that's
another one book, Five Love Language. That book also very famous, right? In
right.
relation.
Right. So everywhere you will find these odd numbers because in marketing people are literally obsessed with odd numbers. Why? Because it actually works. It actually works, and it has been psychologically proved that odd numbers people remember. And even if you say like in ratings also now, you must be seeing they don't write 5, they write 4.7 or like 4.9, these kind of figures. So it increases the credibility. People will feel ki, this is credible. Otherwise, if it is 5 out of 5, they might feel no, this is not like good. In products, 99, not 100, it's 99. So these odd numbers are literally everywhere, and you can also use that in your headline, in your copies, everywhere, right? So yeah, again, odd numbers example. Apart from the book titles we discussed, okay, that is not counted. Anything else as a headline?
Again, yeah, right. 5 types of modular kitchen you should buy.
Okay, so that you are going to use, and yeah,
I am
again
using.
there is a point. Create a curiosity gap, so that also I can we can include. So I think in everything we can include that. So the next is promising and being specific. That is very much important in a headline because you want to compel the audience. If I say that I have 7 secrets, so you'll be like, okay, I'm not interested. Like, what 7 secrets? But if I say that I have 7 secrets for you to escalate your digital presence on LinkedIn, you'll feel like, okay, this is something I would be interested, right? So you have to be very specific. Don't tell everything in your headline, but you have to tell what are you going to tell, right? Actually, the theme should be there. Your headline should explain what the content will offer. Then, of course, in the content, the main body, the blog or article, you can tell everything, but the headline should be very specific of what you're going to repeat. Yeah. Anything like that? This, though, I am sure like many headlines would be there. Specific headlines could be anything. Anybody? Not the kitchen one. I don't want the kitchen one. Anything else?
So what is the maximum number of words? This is Nagesh here. What is the number of words a headline should contain?
Okay, so a number of words could be anywhere, maybe less than 10. So there is no specific number actually for a headline. It all depends upon where are you writing, because long headlines don't really work until unless it is actually very much relatable, relevant. Because in ad copies also, maybe you write 10 words in an ad copy or in any copy, and a client might ask you to fix it in 6 words. Because in copywriting, being concise is very important. So try your level best that how much less text you can use, how much lesser words you can use to communicate more meaning. It will be the better job. In content writing, we have big chunks of content, right? In a single blog, there could be like 700 to 1000 words. But for a single headline, people like spend an hour just to write 10 words. Why? Because that is very much difficult to have all these things, like, to compel the audience to read that blog. So, but it should be very concise, as less words as possible, but communicate the meaning. So, any example of this being specific of a
My
specific?
question is, like when you're restricting to the number of words, then how can you explain in the headline itself about the content, like promising and being specific? How can you do that? Because you are using a negative words, you are using the odd numbers.
So, okay, I'll answer that. Yeah, I'll answer that. So, we are not telling everything. Supposedly, if there is a headline, the one I had shared, that 7 secrets for you to escalate your digital presence on LinkedIn. So, being specific here means I am telling you that in this blog, I will explain how you can grow on LinkedIn. But I'm not telling you the steps. So, we should not tell everything in a headline. We don't need to, because the main purpose of the headline is for you to compel the readers to read the blog, right? Even in email, I have also mentioned that in the presentation, that the role of subject line is not to sell. The role of subject line is to open the mail, like the readers to open the mail and read the mail. Similarly, in article, the headline is not there to tell everything or to sell anything. The main purpose of headline is just to compel the readers to read the blog. And then, of course, in like 700 to 1000 words or whatever, you can tell everything what you know about it. But headline should be concise, just telling about what it is about and making it attractive, of course. Yeah.
Like we can use this headlines, 5 chemicals you should avoid in hair care products.
Right. Yeah. That works. That works.
Yeah, can my headline be like 91% industries worldwide are searching for industrial IoT experts and services?
Pardon? Could you please pardon?
91% industries worldwide are searching for industrial IoT experts and services and their services.
Yeah, that could work. We can try working if we can make it a little more concise, because that's a little long. But that would work. That's not a problem. Yeah.
Like other sentences are like how industrial IoT career pays you more than your expectations.
Yeah. That's
How
true.
to career start in industrial IoT before engineering.
That's wonderful. This one is. We can also have like 7 ways to start a career, or like we can add a number to it, because you must be sharing more than one way, right? So we can like have 3 ways or 5 ways or whatever it is. So this way we can also add a number.
So we can add negative words and odd numbers also, right? We can
Yeah,
make.
and one more thing, it is not always important to add an odd number or a negative number
Yeah.
to make it a question. So this is just examples. You can like play with it. You can have everything in one headline, or you might have just one element in a headline. The
Okay.
question here is once for all, we should ensure that it is attractive. And after writing any content, like be it copywriting or content writing, we should always see it as an audience, that if I see this headline anywhere, if I see this ad copy, will I stop and actually read it? So then you will get your answer. So always see it as an eye, from the eye of the audience, and then you will definitely get the answer. So it should be attractive, compelling, and it can have any of these like elements. Yeah. So create a curiosity gap. I'm sure like whatever examples we already discussed, everything fits into that curiosity gap, because that is the main element of writing a headline. So I think we shall proceed. If there is any questions, you can let me know till now, or we can move forward. So this is one example of ask a question, negative words, or sorry, odd numbers, specific and curiosity. So this is one that includes everything. Struggling with acne? Stop using these 5 skincare products right now. Okay. Focus on this now also. Now word is very much used into headlines or in marketing books, because it compels your audience to take an action right now. Like they cannot procrastinate. You have to do stop using now. Yeah. So this is another example of negative word. It is very bold because not for everyone, and it creates a curiosity. Now if I see this ad, I'll be like, this ad is not for everyone. It creates a curiosity to know if I am that audience or not. Not for everyone, then for whom, and if I am into that audience or not. So this is only for serious entrepreneurs who want to build transformative business. That explains who it is for, right? So because they had a lot of text, they didn't add in the same text font, like the same font size. So they had this one appealing line, and then the remaining font was in less size, and like they communicated everything in that, right? Few things in copywriting that we should always know, which is technically not the job of a copywriter, but still they have to do it. First thing is, when you write a copy, you should ensure what colors are the designer using. Why? Because there is a different tone for every color, right? Every color also means something. So here, this ad is not for everyone. It has a negative thing, right? So red is definitely for danger and for all these negative factors, right? So that is why they've used this red color. So every text has a tone, and the color has to match that tone. So this might not be your job, but you have to communicate this to the designer, that this is the kind of tone I have in my writing, and this is what I want to be projected in the poster. Second thing is your font style. Your font styles should match your tone of your writing. So if it is very fancy or girlish, you can have those italics. If it's very professional, you can have Arial or Glacier in reference fonts like that. So it differs from the type of content you're putting up. Thirdly, the placement of text. Here you can actually see the placement of text, because if it was not proper, it would not have been readable. So your text should be readable. So even if this was not your job, your copywriting, whatever copies you've written, where it should be placed, but it would be your responsibility. Why? Because if the colors are not suiting, the font size is not proper, the font style is not matching the tone of your write-up, even if your copy is really great, it will suffer a lot. It will not compel the audience, right? So copies fail not only because of bad copies, but also because of bad placement, fonts, low readability, and all the other factors, right? So this is one thing. Another example of how placement is important is this. Yeah, so I really like this poster. I saw this on Instagram someday. You will read this first, and then you will read this, then this, and you will read this last. So this is exactly how psychology works, how human eye works. and they understood that. You would also want to apply this thing when you write the copy. You should ensure that what are they going to read first. Maybe because it's in the middle, so they are going to read first. Also because the font is bigger and bold in nature, so they definitely read this first. And of course, the closest one is the second line, so they are going to read this second. So this works wonders because you will understand where your readers are going to look first, and where do you want to, which part of content, which part of text you want to highlight. Even in this we saw that they knew which part of text they want to highlight it, and then they are compelling the audience to read the second line, right? So this is the placement in copywriting. Okay, so 4 rules of copywriting. Firstly, think of your writing as a story. This applies also in content writing, like any kind of writing you do. Storytelling is a much needed savior and magical thing for you. And I'm sure we already have that imbibed from our grandmothers. We have already been hearing all the stories as a kid. We have that inside us, but we just need to express that in a storytelling format. And in copies also, if you do that, it compels the readers to read more. Especially like Indian audience, we love hearing and telling, narrating stories, right? So if you inculcate that in your writing part, you will definitely get the right conversions. But it should have a secret element. It should have something that keeps the reader intact till the final revelation. Be concise in your writing. As I said, copywriting is always very concise. We cannot write a huge chunks of content because that comes under like copywriting. Sorry, content writing, not copywriting. Copywriting, we try to speak more in less words. Less is more in copywriting always. Add an emotional touch. Now, emotional touch is not always like making the readers cry. It could be any emotion. You can make them laugh, you can make them smile, you can be overly friendly like Zomato does. You can have a maybe very emotional story, as in maybe make them cry. Yeah, there are stories on content writing where people share some real life stories, and that actually makes them cry. So it could be any emotion, but any kind of content, any kind of writing which has a strong emotion in it that connects the audience. It should hit the mind or touch the heart. Something or the other should be there in your writing, and it will definitely work. For example, I'm sure you must all have seen Zomato's notifications, right? It always has an emotion. Sometimes they literally make you feel like they're your partner or something. Like, did you eat? I'm here for you if you want something to eat, and like that. They make you feel good about them. They make you feel good. They make you smile. Sometimes they're like humorous, funny content is there. So any emotion is definitely there, and that is the sign of a very good copy. Then use you more than I. In copywriting, we don't say like I am this, I am doing this, I can offer you this, I am bringing this to the table, I am selling this. No, you have to tell how your audience is benefiting. You can 10x your sales by this strategies or XYZ strategies that are bringing to the table. You can help yourself get more conversions. You can sleep better with this mattress, and etc, etc, right? So you have to firstly understand who are you writing for, what is their pain point, and how your product and service can benefit them. Then only you can tell them that okay, you want this product. Why? Because this is what it is solving for you, how it is making your life better, how it is making it this particular task easier for you, right? So you have to use a lot of you, because copywriting is more into a conversational form. It's like brands are talking to you. So if they're always like I, they will not make you feel that okay, they are talking to you. It would be only a one-sided conversation. So you is very important, so that you can make the audience feel that your brand is talking to you. Then a strong CTA, because without CTA there is no use of putting in so much efforts. Every copywriting is for a purpose. If there is an ad copy, they would want you to actually take an action, maybe sign up, or maybe download something, maybe install something, maybe buy a course or order food. Anything could be there. So any any action should be there, call to action, which we say CTM. So any action should be there. And firstly, like, you can write an ad copy, and what you want them to do. That should come afterwards. So some of the tips in copywriting is, firstly is use this in the title. So this is a very interesting tip, and I have also personally used it many times. Don't use it every time because then it will be like cliched, but sometimes you can definitely use it. Use this word in title. What happens is, if you write something like, have you ever done this on your first date? So people would be like, what is this? They would want to read about it. They would want to know what is this. So this one really works. You can also like find other words which arouses curiosity, but this one really works. Second is, use active voice and write as you talk. As I just said, it is a conversational form, like brands are talking to you. So when you like say in active voice, I'm talking to you, I'm speaking to you right now, I'm using an active voice. So you are feeling that, okay, I'm talking to you. If I feel a very bookish language, or I'm just reading something, or a passive voice, you will have a drift. You will not be able to connect with me. So this is not for content writing, only for copywriting. This is use active voice and write as you talk. Avoid using technical jargon. So jargons are words in a particular industry used by a particular set of people. If there's a digital marketing jargon, so they must be words which is only used by digital marketing industry experts. So jargons should be avoided in ad copy. Why? Because ad copies, or be it any copywriting, it is more, supposedly I am talking to you like a friend, right? So copies are also like a friend. They're literally talking to you. If I use a lot of jargons, you'll be like, oh, what is happening to you? Like, I am not able to connect. So simple language, simple and understandable languages is very necessary. So jargons are not suited here. So we can avoid that. Even you must be using Grammarly if you're writing content, or like basic content if you're doing for social media. Uh, in copywriting, we say that grammatical mistakes are also okay, because sometimes if you see the copies, either they are in English, even if they are not in English and they are in pure English, they want to converse. So they don't really care about the grammar should be proper or not. It should communicate the meaning. So this is a plus point, but very tricky part, because you have to ensure that readers are actually listening to you. So though grammar is not very much important to copywriting, it should communicate the meaning and it should not look unprofessional too. Okay. Then words you can use is you, now, today, secret, etc. You, I've already told you why. Then now compels the reader, the user, or the audience to take an action right now, because we are natural procrastinators. So you have to ensure that your audience does not skip it or does not procrastinate. They do the action right now. So today, one more word, that this offer is only for today. This is some of the example that you can use. Secret. So secret, no matter how cliched this word is in copywriting, you must be seeing in every second or third ad this secret is used. Everybody is feeling a secret, but still this word works a lot. Why? Because we naturally want to know like everything. What is the secret of your growth? What is the secret of this? So this actually works in copies, and you can definitely try using this word. Now make a mind map. What is a mind map? Okay. So the mind map is basically when you figure out a particular thing and try branching out other possible areas related to that thing. Supposedly, in the middle you can see internet marketing, right? So if I give you that I have a genre of internet marketing, and you have to write copies related to that. It could be any industry. Here we are taking internet marketing, right? Now, what you do is you will think of what are the possible phrases or fields related to internet marketing. So, firstly, you might feel okay, social media is there, email marketing is there, writing is there, traditional marketing. These are all group of the broad categories, if we say, right? Then social media could be a broad category. Then you can feel okay, no, social media has a lot of things. Then you can continue branching out into LinkedIn, Facebook. Main purpose of this is you can understand what all phrases are there, what all topics are there, so that when writing a copy, you can understand, okay, I can write on this. I can write on this topic now. It helps you think wider. So if you have ever to write a copy, you can create a mind map. If you have a broad topic, then you can branch out all the possible broad categories into it, and then again you can branch out to all the other categories. That way you will understand, okay, these are the possible topics I can write. What Zomato does is, you must have seen that Zomato sometimes talk about one particular product or something, like today I got this notification, feeling off, question mark, then add CEE to it and have some coffee, something like that was there. So what they did was used coffee in the write up. So supposingly you're writing for a food company, supposingly you're talking about Zomato, so you can write out the possible food items you're sharing, your top orders or something, and then you will understand, okay, biryani is there, what I can do with biryani, what I can do with coffee, and it will help you think basically. So mind maps is basically to think wider and help you understand what you can write.
Hi, Ashi. I have a doubt here.
Yeah.
Bishop beside. So, right in mind map, what we have to do, we have to write down every topic which we will write cover.
No. The mind map is only for you. You can also skip that part if you
No,
don't
no.
want it.
It's for me. While writing on a particular topic, we have to write down a subtopic, right? I can write. I can make copy on this, like that. Na?
Right. So supposedly, I'll tell you one more thing. Supposedly, you are a digital marketing agency. You are writing for Digital Scholar. Okay. So you will write Digital Scholar or digital marketing in between. Then you will have the broad branches. Okay, social media is there, email marketing. They are teaching everything. Writing, then writing, copywriting, content writing, like that. So then you will understand, if you're writing social media copies for Digital Scholar, you will understand that, okay, today I can talk about social media, I can talk about SEO. Okay, in social media, I can talk about LinkedIn now or Instagram now. It will help you branch out ideas basically.
Okay.
So you can select whatever you want.
Great. Thank you.
So some subject lines that actually work. Firstly is last chance to grab this offer, finally sharing my secret growth strategy, the fastest way to dash, the biggest mistake dash make. Okay, let me take like one by one. Last chance to grab this offer. What is the biggest thing that would help people, or it will make people to read the mail? What is that one thing in this title? Can anybody tell me the subject line?
A sense of urgency.
Right. The sense of urgency is there because this is the last chance. You are not going to get this again. It will create a FOMO. That FOMO is very important for the readers because whenever they see the subject line, they would want to know what are they missing out. So that will make them read the email. Second is finally sharing my secret growth strategy. This for already you know that secret thing is there, and people would feel okay. Everybody wants to grow, right? So they would want to know what is that secret growth strategy. The fastest way to dash, maybe the fastest way to grow your brand on LinkedIn, the fastest way to write compelling copies, like that. So what is that one factor which is compelling them to read this subject line?
Growth.
No, growth. So it is not already there. The fastest way to anything could be there.
Sorry.
Okay, so growth is not a part of this title. Like this is, so I am giving you an example, right? So the thing is here is fastest. Yeah, Harni, you were saying something, I guess.
I was just about to say fastest.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, fastest work because everybody wants to save time. If you tell me that this is the fastest way of doing this, I will always want to know what is that method. Where can I save my time? Even if I'm not working anything apart from that, I would still want to save my time. So the fastest way definitely works. Biggest mistake dash make. The biggest mistake entrepreneurs make, marketers make, writers make, anything. If you're sharing this email to copywriter, the biggest mistake copywriters make. So I, as a copywriter, would want to know what is that one mistake, or if I am making that mistake or not, because nobody wants to make mistake. That's as obvious as that. So this works because of that. Sorry, but you would want to share this to a relevant person. If you are sharing the biggest mistake entrepreneurs make, and I'm nowhere related to entrepreneurship, I might not be interested into that. But just give me a second. I will start.
Hi, Ashi. Sorry for the interruption, but can you just clear off the annotations that been done by some kid over here?
Okay, so sorry, I'm not a Zoom person. Could you tell me how?
Yeah, okay. Or I'll just share my screen for now so that I'll be able to manage them.
Sure.
Is it still visible? those marks which were there on your screen?
No.
No, right? Okay, fine. Let me ask you to share the screen back. Yeah, share the screen now. Are you able to share? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Okay. So the last example is, hey, your name. You have 3 choices this weekend. Now, one big thing here is the name. Everybody loves their name. If I see my name in any of the subject lines, I would feel that okay, this mail is for me. This is not a general email. This is not for a journalist thing. Even if you write DMs, if you outreach people, that also we'll cover later. But subject lines name works really really good, because it will not be just another marketing email. Though even in those kind of emails there are name, because that is automated, but still adding a name is very much important. Then again, you have 3 choices this weekend, so we have a number, odd number here. And of course weekend, everybody is interested to know how they can actually utilize their weekends productively, not in like professionally, but yeah, of course for fun. Okay. So this I have already covered. The sole purpose of the first line in an ad is to make you read the second line, right? So the first line should not be salesy. You should not tell everything in the first line. The main purpose of it is to make you read the second line. This is just to help you understand the psychology. Your entire ad is for a purpose, and that purpose is that people read through it, right? So this is how you have to design it. Second thing is, the sole purpose of the subject line in an email is to make you open and read the mail. The subject line is not for sales purposes. That copywriting and subject is not to sell anything. That is only to create a curiosity, only to compel the readers to open the email and read through it. And even in the email, if you have a landing page or something, even the email should not be salesy. The purpose of the email should be to make your readers go through to the landing page, and then you can tell your final offer that okay, this is what I'm bringing to the table and this is the fees and everything. Then you can like actually convert them, right? So your subject line should only be limited to that I want people to open the email. Then of course you can explain everything and have a very expressive email including everything, but subject should be short and expressive. Okay, so number one recipe for more marketing conversions is personalization and customization. So firstly, we'll talk about customization. Again, like I'll come to Zomato now. Supposedly it's dinner time, it's 9 p.m. And if I get a notification like, okay, have you prepared lunch? If not, then order something now, or like that, something like that. So I'll be like, lunch at 9 p.m. makes no sense, right? So, but if I get the same notification at 1 p.m. where I'm thinking, okay, what should I make? Or I should order something. And then I get a notification like, okay, you don't have anything for lunch. No worry, we have something as your savior or something like that. Customization could be based on your interest, your audience's interest, could be related to any factor that can actually make you feel related. Supposingly, there is a festival, Holi, Diwali, Eid, or any such festival. You can have a customized offer related to that particular festival. Okay, Diwali sweets are more in there, so you can offer some offer. You can have some offers for the sweets part. So customization could be anything, but it will help your audience to make you like more related to. Personalization is not possible everywhere, if especially if you are working for a big brand and you have a big audience size. Supposing you're sending a mail to 200 people, is it possible for you to add a personalization apart from the name? Name, because that is automated, but apart from that, can you add any personalization? Because you don't know the person, you don't know them personally. How can I say that okay, I know you have a love for traveling, but they don't have a love for traveling? So that personalization is only possible when you know the person. But we are talking here about the personalization part. Why? Because copies are also when you outreach or reach people for your prospects or for your for selling your services or DMing people on social media, right? That personalization part works really good. How you can do that? How you can send a personalized message? Firstly, add their name for the reason we discussed. Then send them a wish. Supposingly, there's some festival or they have their birthday, they have launched a new startup, they have launched a new product, or they have completed a particular follower count. What you can do is you can send them a wish that, okay, congratulations for that. I got to know about this. And then slowly, indirectly, you can talk about what you do. Don't be too salesy in the first message. Just to add a personalization, you can tell them that, okay, I got to know about this, congratulations for that. And then you can indirectly tell that, who are you? I am Aashi, and I work for brands, etc., etc., and I have this much experience. If you want any help related to that, we can talk anytime. Yeah. Then do a quick research. That is very much important, because here you are not just adding customization, you are also adding personalization. That means you are talking something that is entirely related to them. How you can do it? Supposedly on LinkedIn, if you are approaching someone, they have their about section, they have their experience section, they have their post, everything is there. You can do a quick research of what they are interested in. If on Instagram, they also have their profile feed, highlights is there, their bio is there, so everything is available there. And that knowledge is enough for you to draft a nice killer personalized message. One message, so definitely you can do. And if you find some common interest, then that's an icebreaker for you. You can talk about that. If you feel that the other person is interested into music and you are also into music, then you can start with something related to that. So they will also feel good. Everybody likes talking about their interest, right? So this will be definitely an icebreaker for you. Design the personalized media. Please ignore the typo here. Design the personalized media. On LinkedIn only, there was one example. There was one guy who shot a video for me and for all the connections he got connected to. Though he was not able to continue that, and I will also not suggest you to do for every connection, but the takeaway here is, what you can do is only for the influencers or only for the prospects, you can do something like that. Have a very short video telling about who you are and telling how, like, you are glad to connect with someone like him from industry or whatever he has done. Like 1 or 2 lines you can tell about them, and you can tell about it. This is how you can start the conversation. That conversation starter is works wonders with design media. One thing that Rishi does on LinkedIn that I'm going to tell you here, and that also works really good, is Rishi takes the display picture of the people, and then he adds in a poster for, like, okay, we have collaborated here, and this is what I do, and I would love to know about you. And in a poster, one photo is of Rishi and one photo is of the other connection. So I think only he is doing this on that platform. I have not seen anybody doing this from the last 3-4 years of my journey on LinkedIn, but this works really good. So if you don't have time for that, to design a photo or poster or a video, you can at least write 2-3 lines, right? That is not quite tough. It will take you hardly 5 minutes to go through their profile, know about what they do, and craft a message that is directly, hitting their note. Ask a relevant question. I have an example in the coming slides. I'll show you how to ask a relevant question, but it could be related to their industry, what they are doing currently, their job role, their current experiences, maybe something they have shared as a post. So you can ask a question related to that. They would be happy to reply to that. Or you can talk about, if you both are from same industry, you can also take some tips, why, what is a in the trends or something like that. Appreciate what they are doing. This, I think, you should do in every personalized message. Every time you always have to write at least one line in appreciation of what they are currently doing in their, like, respective job role. Why? Because every time if I see the first time is he really like the content you're sharing on LinkedIn, and then they are talking about themselves, I would feel that, okay, they actually saw my profile, they actually saw my work, followed me, and they are not just dropping this random messages to everybody. So appreciation goes a very long way. Don't hold yourself back in writing a line of appreciation. One screenshot here is of a message. Hi, Man. We have been connected for some time but never got a chance to say hello. I'm Aashi, a digital marketer and writer working in the industry for around 4 years now. I've really been interested in the topics you discuss. Spirituality and mental health are all very close to my heart and wishes too. Not just profession, but as a person. Would love to know more about you and what you do. So there's a typo here. But what I want to say is I have been following this person for a while, and just to start the conversation, I told her, okay, I know what are your thing, what are the topics you talk about. I also told indirectly that these are my wishes in my professional thing, right? So I have not told her that okay, I provide this and these services. That would look really salesy, but indirectly I have told her that this is what are my wishes and this is what I talk about in my profession. Right? And that started a conversation, and I converted this client later on. But this worked really, really nicely because the conversation, when she told about her, she wrote a big long paragraph about what she do and why is she doing this because of pandemic and everything. She told me about that, and we had a like nice productive conversation. Even if you don't like convert the client, it is very good for the networking. But writing 4 5 line copy that actually attracts the person to make them reply you is a big thing, especially on social media. Second one, we had a formal introduction, so you will not see any like hello or whatever that. But this was a second message. Parenting is something that I really like to talk about, especially with the upcoming challenges to grooming the newer generation. Do you think that parents these days are open to mental health or are sticking to old age ideas to parenting? Now, this was a very clever question because firstly we had this formal introduction on LinkedIn, which is very common there, and then I saw that in his profile in the title he wrote parent coach. So parent coach is something that I'm actually very interested in talking about, and I wanted to have a conversation with him because I work for coaches only. So I had to start my conversation, and this is the first question I put, and he had this, he had this answer, and we had a like 10 minutes conversation at least, very very productive and deep conversation, and I converted this client to because of course of the conversation. So this is very much important that you do the personalization and customization part, especially when you are approaching someone directly one to one. Okay. Okay, so you can take a screenshot of this thing. Here are 7 tools you can't skip in your copywriting journey. I hope you saw what I did in my headline here. So these are 7 tools here. You can let's take a screenshot or capture it from the thing. Aditi, can I explain the 7 tools? Do we have time?
Yeah, sure. You can do that.
Can you just help me hide this? Can I hide this?
Which one?
Yeah, this panel.
Sorry, I am not able to understand. Can you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
repeat that part?
this panel. Can I hide this panel?
Not sure.
Mute, because I have to check my tabs. Okay, one second. I'll have to check.
Oh, that okay. Then
Okay, no problem.
you need to, I mean, stop sharing your screen, and then you'll be able to see that.
So no, but if I stop sharing my screen, how will you see my?
You need to reshare it again.
I think this works. I mean, if I've dragged it already, I can check my tabs. It's
You'll
not
be able to
hiding
drag.
anything.
Yeah. Okay, with that, I'm not sure.
Like like we can manage it, no problem.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Okay. So the first tool is, I'm not sure if you have seen this, but that's via Facebook only.
Yeah, we can see. We can see.
Okay. So this is the Facebook ad library.
You're able to see this.
Okay, thank you so much. So this is Facebook ad library, Meta ad library. The major benefit of this is when you're writing ad copies, you would want to have a nice research also, right? So if you're writing for any genre, any industry, you would want to know, okay, I can write about this, but how would I have some samples of what exactly goes into Facebook ads related to this particular topic? Here is what the Facebook library comes in, and what you can do is you can already check this. if you search on Google, Facebook ad library, you can automatically open this. And here you will see, you can also choose a specific location. If you want to see ads only in USA or only in Canada or only in a specific location, you can choose it. We're choosing India for now. Ad category, choose all. Okay. And then you can write any keyword or any advertiser. Okay. So let's see about digital scholar. So if you just click on here, we can see all the ads run by digital scholar. You can also see active. So the status is active. That means they are already running this ad right now. This is live sponsored. Okay. So here you can check all the ads. You can check the ad copies. So only for the research part, this is helpful. There you can check ad copies of a particular industry or by a particular company, by a particular influencer. You just need to type that particular keyword and you have the entire library. It will help you so that you can actually see how does that work, how ad copies work, or in a particular niche. Right? Coming to the second tool is copy.ai. Copy.ai, the name itself says it's for copywriting only, but it is also beneficial for content writing. Let's try something. Let's try a new project and see how that helps. Okay, so project title. Sorry. Okay, so this this section is to help the bot to write for you. Okay, so you can see you can write a maximum of 1,000 words here, 1,000 characters here. So the more you write, the more you help the bot to write for you. Okay, so we have written a product. This is the My Queen's Masterclass. You can write your own product here. A short description, whatever you have handy, you can write the description. You can choose the tone of your write-up. Here we can take it friendly and let's click on create copy. Okay. So we have all these things. The course has been created to help you bring work-life balance and improve your quality of life. It helps you understand the importance of mindful living. All these things are here. Right? These are all examples. If you like something, supposedly you like this one, and you want to see more like this, so you can click on here. And you'll see more examples related to this one, like with this style only. So here are more examples of the same type. And if you like something, you can just copy it and paste it wherever you want to go. On the left side, if you see, you can check what other copies are here. You can write product descriptions, ad copies, chat tools, website copy, everything is there. But I would want you to suggest that these bots, these websites are there to ease your work, not to do your work. Okay, so please don't be completely dependent on these tools because they anyway, like no matter how much technology increases, but right now the human touch is still missing in it. So these things are only to help you and ease your task. When you have a creative block, when you cannot think of anything, you can go to these. This is a free tool. All the tools I'm sharing are free tools, so you can anyway try that. But please don't be completely dependent on that. And even if you're writing something with the help of any software, always ensure that you have your own understanding or intuition that what is right and what is wrong, because you will anyway have a lot many examples. So you have to use your brain of what is exactly relevant to what you want, right? So you can definitely take help, but don't be completely dependent. The next tool is share tool. This is for headlines. How engaging is your headline? So supposing you have a headline, you've thought of it. Now you want to know, is it engaging? Is it worth it or not? So let's take in. Okay, so anywhere above 60 is fine. You should have above 60 in this headline quality score. So this has 65 characters, words are here. Yeah. So it is telling you friends, sessions, engagement score. So 61 is average, 48 is below average. So 65 is good for this headline. So you can check other headlines whichever you got, and this can help you suggest some good things, and you can improve your headline. The next tool here is thesaurus.com. So as I said that we need to use simple language, simple and understandable language, but still even in simple words and simple language, you would want to use different words, right? So this tool will help you bring out more synonyms, right? So why is it not responding? So you can choose any word here. Let's say you want that perfect word, so let's take perfect only. And here are some synonyms for excellent, for profile. These are the most used ones, and these are the rest few ones. You can choose any. But like, don't use a very technical word or very difficult word. Use simple words, but yeah, definitely you will get some. Yeah, antonyms are also there if you want to. So if you have like one or two words in your mind, you can compare those synonyms and you can choose the right word for it. This is again for like content also, in content writing also, that will help you. The next is answer the public. This is a savior for all the social media managers, for the writers, the content writers, copywriters, for like anybody in the digital industry, especially in the content creation part. This site is a savior. Why? If I go for like here, you write the topic and you go with search button. Answer the public is basically, if you write any keyword, it will show you up the possible questions of that particular keyword. There, what, why, where, when, and then subdivisions of different questions. So basically, you would know what are the possible questions, and then you can revise your copy, your headline. Supposedly, you want to write a blog related to digital marketing. Now, if you're writing every week one topic, there will be a point in your writing that all the topics are finished. Now you're not left with like any titles. There, this site will come as a savior. It has so many titles, it has so many content that even for social media, if you want to make posts, you'll get ideas. For copywriting, you'll get ideas at what exactly people are asking, and you can choose whatever you get, right? Then Hemingway app, this again for both copywriting, content writing, this helps you to improve your text. You can paste your text here, and just you can see the right hand side. Readability grade is 6. 7 or 8 should be your goal. 7 is fine. If you get 7, it is good. These are the suggestions that they give. The app highlights lengthy, complex text and common errors. If you see a yellow sentence, shorten or split it. So whenever you like paste your content here, it will show you all the related suggestions. This again is a very helpful tool, especially for content writing, copywriting. For content, I think you will use it more because there are like big chunks of text in articles and blogs. But copywriting also, you want it to be more readable. Headline one is there, but this also like you can use it.
Ashi, can you please explain once again what this tool exactly do?
Okay, so this tool Hemingway app helps you edit your text. Be it your content writing part, blogs, articles, or your copies. What you can do is, if you have written it anywhere else, Google Doc or anywhere, you just have to copy and paste your article here. This is a default text which you're seeing right now, and this is how they edit it. Like they give you suggestions. You must be using Grammarly, so you see that red line coming in. So, but this editor gives you on a next level thing. They give you suggestions. Right hand side, if you see, The blue line is for adverbs, meeting the goal of the keyword. Then green line is for use of passive voice. They don't want you to use passive voice. They want you to use active voice, which we already discussed. So here, phrases in green have been marked to show passive voice. And here you can see, okay, why is it marked? Because they have purposely did a mistake for you to know that, okay, this is how they are marking the mistake. And based on that suggestions, like if you go here, passive voice, use active voice. Passive voice is the mistake. What is their suggestion? To use an active voice, right? So this is how you'll get all the suggestions in this app, and on the basis of the suggestions this app gives you, this website gives you, you can improve your article, you can improve your writing. Yeah, hope it answered. Any question?
No, clear, clear.
So going to the last tool. Yeah.
This is Nagesh here. This Hemingway app, will it help us in even writing the ebook?
Yes, yes, definitely. Any kind of writing, it will definitely help.
So what is the maximum words or this thing it can handle? Any limitation of the words you can use it at once?
Honestly, I don't know about the limit because I use it for copies which are small text, but I don't think there's written.
This is a free tool or a paid tool?
Yeah, that's a free tool because I only use free tools. I don't pay for softwares because there's always a free tool for everything. I use only free tools. All these tools are free.
Even copy.ai is also free.
Copy.ai earlier it used to be a paid tool, but now it is free. Earlier they used to offer only a 1 week trial period and then you have to pay for it. But right now copy.ai is free. They have changed it. So let's go to the last tool. This is basically for your mind mapping. If you have ideas, if you have thoughts, because copywriting is not a task where you are just constantly writing and typing something. It will have a big big time where you are just thinking, where you're just sitting and thinking about what you're going to write, and you're having a lot of many ideas, and you are joining sentences, you are just thinking of what words to choose. There's a lot of thinking involved in that, right? So this app tells you, so sorry, it does not tell you, but it offers you this audio button where you can transcribe your audio and video files with automatic transcription. So what you can do is you can just click on this audio file, and whatever ideas you have, it will just write it for you. So you just say it in audio and it will write up for you, and that creates basically a mind map. And afterwards you can just see, okay, what are the possible things I can write, and then you can go ahead with writing your copies or your content, but whatever it is. It is majorly for copies, not really for content. But if you find it helpful for content, then definitely you can. Because copies are small chunks of text, then this is definitely helpful because you just have to write a line or two, like maximum 3-4 lines. So, any questions?
This is website. Is there app available of speech notes?
This is a website. I use a website.
Okay.
So, so we have discussed the tools. There are a few ads I wanted to share with you. Okay, so I was telling you about the hoardings part, right? So this is the hoarding, and I loved the copy. Best time ever to get braces was, of course, the pandemic because you had to wear the mask. So the catchy, very simple. See, no difficult words have been used here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words only, but it captured your attention very well. Second ad, yeah, somebody see.
Yeah, I captured the attention and mostly like relevant, so
Yeah,
that
very
it'll
well.
be better.
Exactly. So the customization, what I talked about. If
Yeah.
you see an ad during the pandemic phase, even now, like if people wear masks, it
It'll make
will,
people think that it's the best time to have an act,
right.
so that you don't have to like wear the braces when you're outside.
Exactly. So this is what customization, depending upon the current situation, if you can capture the audience, you can actually influence them, convince them to buy your product. Right? Going to the second one, it has 2 ads. You can see both of them. So both the brands are very much active into copywriting, very much active into social media posts. So their copies are amazing. So you can, if you're not following currently, you should follow like at least 10 to 15 brands who are doing really good content in terms of copywriting or social media post. Durex and McD are definitely one of them. Zomato is there, Swiggy is there. So there are many brands you should definitely make this. Domino's is there. So you should follow them, and you will definitely get some really good ideas. You can also this actually opens your mind to more and more ideas. If you start thinking about it as a, if I am a consumer, my eyes will go into the burger part only. But if I am a marketer, I will see the ad copy. My God, what ad copy have they written? Like, it's really nice. So
Can
you have
you
to.
can you enlarge the screen, please? Presentation mode. You can
Yeah.
go to.
Put that on. So this was the newspaper ad. I was talking about the newspaper ad too. Diamonds are useless. Gift your wife a maid, which is actually true. Very much relevant, very much catchy. No difficult words have been used, no jargons are used. Very simple language, active voice. Whatever points we have discussed, you can see that already. The text placement in the middle, so the elements are there on the side and the text is in the middle. So everything is very intelligently put. So that's all from my side for today. If you have any questions, let me know right now, and I'll be happy to assist you. Aditya, you can take the lead now.
So guys, do you have any doubts that you need to ask? Feel free to ask your doubts.
Hi, my name is Smita. I want to ask, like, what is the difference between headline and subheadline?
Headline and subheadline. Okay, so headline one would be your main thing, the first thing which users see. Subheadline would be like in books also, you must be seeing that there is a headline and a subheadline. So subheadlines, the basic purpose is if you feel that your headline is not communicating exactly what a headline should, then you can break that into two parts and you can have a main heading and a subheading. Main headline and a subheadline. Right?
So is
That
it like repetition of what you want to say in the headline?
no, it should not be repeated. If it is repeated, then it is wrong. What
Yeah.
it is just to explain the purpose. It should communicate the entire meaning. That is the sole purpose of a heading. Whether you keep one headline or you can divide it into two heading or subheading. But it should communicate the
Okay.
meaning. If it is repetitive, then it might like repel the audience.
All right. And can we do any ad without subheadline? Only headline will do. Is it like that?
Yeah, you can do like in the text part you are saying or in the poster.
Yes. Yeah, in the text part, like if we are designing an ad or a poster,
See, text
so
part
can.
to anyway, you have like at least 5, 6 lines or more in an ad. So
Mm-hmm.
there will be one text which goes on the top and rest comes part of the ad copy. So there is no division as such when the text is concerned. Division you can make when you're making the poster, right? Because
Okay,
in
like
ad,
if we are going. Okay, yeah, go ahead for the poster.
yeah. So for the poster, if you have 2 lines, supposedly I showed you that thing. Now this ad is not for everyone. So they had
Mm-hmm.
this one heading and the subheading. Because if they have written only this ad is not for everybody, then how would I know if I am among that audience or not? So they had to answer that part. And there
Mm-hmm.
is what the subheading comes in. And they had explained it. Like, who is it for?
Okay, okay. One more question, please. Like, is there any tool for headline generator?
Yeah, headline generator, there is a tool. I'm forgetting the name. Mhm. There is a tool. Also, the tools I shared, there are many other tools that do the same purpose. So you can also do that. Just check. Otherwise, I'll send you separate. I'm fine with it.
Okay, not a problem. All right, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I guess we'll just take up one more doubt because it's already late and
Sure.
Aashi has her own work to do.
Okay, so that is
So
blog about. Yeah, that is also a free tool, I suppose. Blog about is there for the headline generation.
Which one? Sorry, couldn't get
Blog
it.
about. Blog, BLOG, blog about.
Okay,
That's
okay.
one word.
Thank you. Okay, fine. Thank you.
all right. So I guess that's it from you guys. So we'll just wrap up the session and we'll just thank Aashi for spending her time and providing this much value to us. So just put your comment, I mean, put your wishes as on the chat and show her some love.
One second.
Right. Okay, so I guess that's it. And let's wrap up the session. Thanks a lot, Aashi, for spending your time and let's catch up sometime later.
Thank you so much. We are already connected on LinkedIn now, so we'll definitely catch
Yeah,
up.
yeah. All right.
Thank you
And
so
I'll
much.
just, for adding up to your LinkedIn's part, the word respect works a lot on LinkedIn because respect your work, something regarding to their work, because professional LinkedIn is a professional platform. And if you're relating to something professionally to them, it works a lot. So you just try that out as well. And that's it. So bye bye and have a good night.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye bye.